Alright, so we're here parked at the abandoned Sports Authority lot because that branch shut down, and we're going to go across the street to the DEA building where people are protesting back pain. So let's talk to some people who have some back pain about how do we fix their back pain. I guess we're just going to walk over this. We're going to walk through the back here, it looks like. Let's find out. Oh, here we go. Hey, everybody. So what is happening here right now?
Right here, we're actually fighting for our rights as chronic pain patients, legitimate chronic pain patients.
What does legitimate chronic pain patients mean?
Meaning that we follow all the rules about prescriptions, we sign contracts, we go through urine tests, we go through pill counting, all that kind of stuff, but we're still being denied medication.
Well, I've been a pain patient for about 13 years, since 2006 when I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylosis, which is essentially your spine grows together as a solid bone all by itself. So part of my neck, part of my mid-spine, just one solid bone.
Why have you been denied medication?
Because of the amount of medication I take and the medication that I take.
Why do you need so much?
I have a plate in my neck, I had back surgery, I have fibromyalgia, and I have myalgic encephalomyelitis.
So they refuse to give you pills because you need so many?
Correct. They didn't want to see me.
So since 2006 in Tampa, I've been seeing the same doctor.
All right.
I haven't doctor shopped, haven't switched doctors, and that doctor had my medications at a point to where, I guess you would say my comfort, I could get out. I could go to the movies with friends. I could go to a theme park for a little while. I could do things with friends, go out to eat. And so, unfortunately, when the opioid epidemic is what the government's calling it, when they started going after doctors who have done nothing wrong, doctors were in fear of their license. We have a shortage of physicians across this nation right now. You know, everybody agrees to that. Yeah. Since 2016, 4,000 doctors, over 4,000 doctors have either lost their license or had to fight and spend thousands of dollars to keep their license simply because they were doing their job and upholding their oath.
And that's just giving pills to the patients?
To the patients. You have doctors.
Just because they were like opioid pills?
Just because we have pain specialists. You have your primary doctors, your specialists, and pain specialists. So when you have, let's say, a cancer patient who's terminal, stage 4, they're going to die, so they're sent to a pain management clinic to manage their pain and why they die. Now we're in a situation where cancer patients with stage 4 cancer are being sent home to die with no medications.
This is all to do to the opioid crisis. They are asking doctors to limit why we're in front of the DEA building is because the DEA will actually go out and arrest these doctors. So now all the doctors are scared to even treat their patients as we need to be treated.
That's a crazy issue then, huh? It seems like a problem they started, right, by prescribing so many different pills, and then if people are naturally getting addicted to it, they think the only way to fix this is to immediately take people who actually need it off of this prescription?
That's what they think. The problem also is, unfortunately, I know you guys are news, but it's with the news.
What's our problem?
The problem is that it's being reported as the opioid crisis and the suicides and the overdoses and all those that are happening are due to prescription medication, and they are not.
I've had pharmacists refuse to give me my pain medications because I was wearing a baseball cap. I've had them refuse to give them because of tattoos. When this is a memorial for my brother, this is a memorial for my mom. You know, how does that make me?
On like,
yeah. Even then, you shouldn't be judged. It just doesn't make sense. And actual prescription opioids, prescription pain medication, has either declined in the past 3 years or stayed level.
So do you think that's because the doctors don't want to prescribe it, so it's gone down?
No, it's because it doesn't kill. Opioids don't kill people. Fentanyl kills people. Heroin, illegal. Prince, Whitney Houston, Mexican. Michael Jackson was a doctor. That's a totally different story there.
Okay.
But actual opioids, like Prince died from oxycodone. That was Mexican oxycodone with fentanyl. That was not a prescription from a pharmacy.
Have you tried alternatives?
I have tried everything. I have had MRIs. I've had CAT scans. I've had shots. I've had physical therapy.
Have you tried marijuana?
I have not tried that yet.
Haven't tried marijuana?
No, and a lot of people have told me that, yes. And
you refuse to do something that's illegal right now?
Correct.
They're giving out cards now.
I am considering that. I still have the concern of the stigma
What stigma?
Along with medical
What, if you're
marijuana.
a smoker, people are going to look at you different?
No, not that they look at you different, but I'm concerned about. I know every doctor I've gone to as far as pain management has asked me if I have one, and I'm concerned that they will not prescribe opioids if you have a medical marijuana card.
Right.
So, and if it doesn't work for me, then that's
Right.
not good for me.
You know, marijuana, it does work some. When I was in California, my doctors recommended it. I tried it. I would say it probably reduced my pain about 20%. But you have to understand there's many different types of pain.
Yeah.
There's nerve pain, bone pain, there's muscle pain. And just like not all medications work for pain, marijuana doesn't work.
Marijuana
But it worked
affects
a little
people
bit.
differently depending
It actually
on,
gives me anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I freak out when I have tried it, and so. But it's the same thing if I take Xanax, my heart
Oh,
goes
yeah.
1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah,
It's
no,
completely opposite with me.
Like, that would just make me sleepy. I don't know.
Exactly. Most people,
Yeah.
it knocks you out.
So I want to just fight the pain.
It's tough because what people don't see, they think we're drug addicts. But what they don't see is I haven't been to sleep since yesterday morning.
So just on a daily basis, like right now, on a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is your pain?
And I always say a 10, and I'm always like talk down about that 10 because that's supposed to be the worst pain you can feel. But this to me is my worst pain that I could feel.
I can believe it, and that's terrible that you'd have to live every single day feeling the worst possible pain at all times.
I mean, we're surviving.
Yeah, how do you
We're
cope?
alive.
Yeah, how do you cope right now without the pills?
Not easy.
Easy to-
Definitely number one is my husband. I mean,
Sure,
he's
it's
my
you gotta have support.
big support. He does everything for me so that I'm not constantly going and doing things. But it's just grit and teeth at this point, moaning, crying, not sleeping. It's a very hard situation to deal with.
The CDC came out with this chronic pain guidelines. These guidelines were never meant to be law. Never. The CDC says they were never meant to be law. Doctors say they were never meant to be law. Unfortunately, the states said, hey, here's our way out. We're going to jump on this, and we're going to force doctors who don't want to do this to lower their pains down to 90 MME, which is morphine equivalency. So you take somebody like my size. I'm a big guy. I'm a 400-pound guy. Now you look at somebody your size.
About
You think-
less than half.
Yeah, probably what, 160, something like that?
35.
135,
Actually,
okay.
I broke my
Big guy.
collarbone, so I lost a lot of weight. Cause,
So you know what pain is.
Yeah.
So does
they actually prescribed me opioids.
Yeah, I
Because I was just broken here. I still have some. I don't like eating them.
Do you have cravings? Do you want to go out and get heroin on the street corner?
Not really. No,
Right?
no.
So you're not an addict.
No.
So you took your pain meds. You're not an addict. You're fine. You don't work.
Yeah.
Do you feel that a lot of people don't understand is like a guy like me and you, we're not going to be taking the same dosages of opioids.
And you said the news doesn't cover well what actually goes on. We're a much different type of news. If you've seen, did you actually watch any of our videos?
I have. I did just recently because, like I said, I'm new to this area again. So yes, I have.
Sure. Which one did you watch?
Gosh, this was last night, and I was in pain, so I can't really
Oh,
remember.
jeez.
I'm
I'm sorry. Well, hopefully it brought you some joy.
Yes, I do, and I was glad to contact you guys, and I was glad that you were coming out because I see that you do different news.
We're the people's news.
Yes.
We're here for you guys.
Yes.
We want to get, we're just like you guys. We're nothing special. We're just, two local guys trying to get the
Help
message out.
getting the message
no
out.
bias here, just straight up
And
interviews.
that's what we need. I just want to let the rest of the world know, please, listen to us, the chronic pain patients. We need your help now. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I hope you feel a little better today.
Thank you.
And I hope we can make some change happen.
I hope so, too.
It's faster and cheaper for me to go to the corner right now and get illegal opioids than it is for me. It's 10 times, 100 times harder for me to get it legally. And that doesn't make sense. You're forgetting the Americans. We are people. We're humans. Politicians need to take a step back and say,
Oh, they're trying to take our car.
"Oh shit!
Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, I gotta.
Go grab it,
I'm sorry. Oh. Gotta try to get my car before they. All right. could have had something bad happen there. Woo! I thought Sports Authority was closed. Some bullshit.